Golden Braids and Dragon Blades. Steampunk Rapunzel. Steampunk Fairy Tales Book 4. Written by Melanie Karzak. Narrated by Lesley Parkin. I rose. Gripping the back of the chair, I stared at the cave entrance. Sensing my alarm, Estrid suddenly appeared. She blew out the candles I had lit, then alighted on my shoulder. A moment later, the ivy parted, and a hand appeared on the cave floor. First a hand, then a shoulder, then a leg, and then a man. For a moment, I'd stopped breathing. He pulled himself into the cave, then stood. Green light glowed from the goggles he wore. He pulled a small device from his belt and activated it. It clicked loudly. He scanned the room with his strange machine. Estrid snarled low and mean. I gripped the back of the chair tightly. I felt fixed, frozen in place. Part of me told me to lift the chair and bash him over the head with it. The other part of me, which had never seen a man in the flesh before, stared in disbelief. When the stranger finally set his eyes on me, he stopped. He pushed his goggles back on top of his head and looked at me, his eyes wide. He lifted his device and pointed it at me. Lights flashed across the top of the small blue machine and it clicked wildly. "You?" he whispered. And then he did what he shouldn't have. He stepped toward me.